Hello, welcome back to Sushi Live Noding. In this episode, we're gonna be revisiting the creations of 3D DNA Helix, but I'll do it in a simpler way because we have like a spiral node in Sverchok. We can do this in a much faster way. So let's have a look. I will be using spiral node, and I'm gonna save this as spiral helix easy. I call it easy. It's actually much simpler to create now. And spiral looks like this, and then by preset we actually have helix. Helix actually give you this kind of what do you call it? Kind of like a spiral, but anyhow, if you increase the height, you will see that it's starting to look like a helix, sort of. Maybe reduce the resolutions to 20, having it less, so now it's a little bit better. But there is this arms, and we can increase it. Now we have three spirals. We actually only need like 2, so that's actually kind of starting to look like a helix that we know. We can probably reduce this turn as well, and I think the height and the turns kind of related. Maybe we don't need to have it too much. So resolution is, they're all kind of related. We can, I guess, leave it like this, and I'm gonna save it. And let's see. This is just like a bunch of dots, right? And we can see there are two lists of spiral data coming in. We can use UV connection, and the edges by default it looks something like this because we need to pick edges, not polygon. Now we have lines, so that's cool. Remember that we actually have the U and the V, and the V actually making it looks like kind of like a DNA helix already, so that's cool. Now it's just a matter of turning this viewer into proper like a geometry. So let's see, for the edges, if I just use the Polyline Viewer, which is actually a curve, let's see what happens. We get something like that, but there's like some kind of connection there that I don't want. We need to get rid of it. I think separate loose part nodes can do the job. So that's correct, but that's like creating all these objects. We don't want it. We want just a single objects for simplicity. Okay, so now we have these components of the helix. So that's one. We can give it a material, blue, or yeah, something like that. It's pretty cool, yellowish. For the next one, we want the other lines. So same deal. I'm gonna duplicate this. We're gonna give it a different name. Oh, it's actually get a different name already. So we need the U and the V. Same deal. These have to be the U directions, and this one goes in here. We have this component, and we can give it different color. Let's just choose like a random color. So assign the material. This yellow, not so good. Okay, that's pretty good now. And for the DNA, actually, this line sometimes you can actually resample it and make like a bunch of dots or like sphere. But I like to have sphere on both sides. So for that, we can use this guy right here. just the vertices, and let's use this trick icosphere, and let's use matrix apply. Well, actually you don't need to use matrix apply. It's actually, if you are using the viewer vmesh, you can merge the objects and you just plug in the matrix there, and then this is gonna be the sphere. Just adjust the radius, and we are almost there. And just assign a material into this guy. So okay, red looks pretty cool. So there you go. That's our really quick way to create DNA helix using Sverchok add-on inside Blender. Of course, there are many other ways, but this is just like another example. Let's see how to present this better. Paper, horizontal, make it maybe this background kind of better look. Yeah, something like that. Pretty decent. Maybe the red looks not so great, but there you go. That's a helix. And of course here, the nice thing about this is that we also have this face. The face can actually rotate the spiral, and you get this animation as a bonus for free. So file, save as. Let's kind of animate it the Sverchok way. You can also use animation nodes, maybe like combine all of them and then just animate it, just rotating. You can use this face, and the face is actually quite interesting. If you look at it, if I rotate it like a little bit until it goes back to the original, it's around 6.4. That's like a pi value. So if you have like if we use math in Sverchok and then use the pi times x, 2 pi is a 1 rotation. So if we use math and multiply the 2 pi with a value, this guy is like a proper rotation. So from 0 to 1, it's gonna be a full 360 rotation. So we can use frame info, and then frame info by default we have 250 frame. Of course, I'm gonna reduce it to 1 to 100. We can do it from here. It's pretty cool feature of this node. And we can use this evaluate, because evaluate is like a value that goes from 0 to 1 based on starting and ending frame. So that's pretty cool. And now if we just play back, this guy will create a loop. You see, it's running a bit slow, but you can always bake this, so don't worry about that. Everything is bakeable, and everything is procedural. You can play around with this subdivision, maybe turn it to B-spline, smoother. B-spline on this guy, we don't need. So that's for this guy, the middle part. Yeah, I think so. That's pretty much it. This is for another like revisiting of this DNA creation. Okay, with the smooth, we often get that being cut. So back to without B-spline. So I think this is looking pretty good. So that's pretty much it. Thanks again for tuning in. It's pretty basic, but hopefully useful. And let me know what you think if there's any suggestion. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.